People love to label themselves. They say, I'm just lazy, like it's some kind of disease, like they caught it and now they're stuck with it. But laziness is not a condition, it's a decision. A decision you make when the alarm goes off and you stay in bed. A decision you make when you know what needs to be done and you choose not to do it. Nobody's born lazy. Laziness is built one excuse at a time. See, what most folks call laziness is really just comfort dressed up in disguise. I'm tired. I'll do it later. It's not the right time. We've all said it, but that's not truth. That's fear. That's hesitation. That's choosing the easy path when you were built for the hard one. You got strength, you got power. But if you don't use it, it rusts. If you don't move, you sink. And if you keep choosing stillness, don't be surprised when progress passes you by. We live in a world full of distractions. You can lose an entire day with just a swipe, a whole life if you're not careful, but nobody's forcing you to sit there. Nobody's taping your hands to your sides. That's your choice, your time, your energy, your life. You hand it over willingly, one lazy moment at a time. The world will keep spinning, whether you move or not. But your dreams, they don't chase you back. Sometimes laziness is just fear with a hoodie on. Fear of trying, fear of failing, fear of looking weak, so you stay still, thinking that's safer. But that fear, it doesn't go away, it grows. And while you're sitting there trying to stay comfortable, that fear is taking up space where your courage should be. You want to know the cure to laziness? It's not motivation, it's not inspiration. It's action, even if it's small, even if it's messy. You move, and the fear moves out of the way. Now, don't get it twisted. Some people are fighting battles you can't see. Pain, exhaustion, depression. That's real. That's not what this is about. This is about those moments when you can act and you don't. When you've got the strength, but you save it. That's a choice. And it ain't life holding you back. It's you. It's the little lies you keep telling yourself to feel better about standing still. Every day you get to decide, will you step into the fire or will you sit in the smoke? Will you rise up and move or will you sink down and settle? No one else can choose that for you. The power is in your hands. It always has been. Your dreams don't pause because you had a long day. They don't shrink just because you're overwhelmed. They don't care if you're sore, if you're stressed, or if you didn't sleep well last night. Dreams aren't built on comfort, they're built on commitment. And commitment doesn't ask how you feel, it demands what you do. You can be tired, worn out, low on energy, but if the dream is real, if the vision is clear, you get up anyway. Because dreams don't wait for you to be ready. You think greatness gives you time? It doesn't. While you rest, it moves. While you second guess, it keeps pushing forward. It's not about being superhuman. It's about being consistent. Every single day, there's a battle between how you feel and what you want. And too many people lose that fight because they believe being tired is a reason to stop. But being tired is part of the journey. Pain is part of the price. You don't get the reward without the work. There's a voice inside that says, I'll go harder tomorrow. But tomorrow ain't promised, and dreams don't live in delay. They live in discipline. If you only chase them when it's convenient, you'll always be behind. You'll always have an excuse. Always have a reason to wait. But the dream, it stays the same. It stands tall, silent, watching, waiting to see if you're serious. Because talk is cheap action. That's what speaks. You can lie to the world. You can say, I'm grinding. You can post. You can flex. You can make it look good. But your dream knows the truth. It knows when you skip the reps. It knows when you cut corners. It knows when you stay in bed and let the clock run out. You can't hustle halfway and expect a full reward. The dream is only going to give you what you give to it, no more, no less. There's going to be days when your body wants to quit, when your mind is screaming for rest. And yes, recovery matters, but don't confuse rest with retreat. Don't confuse tired with done. There's a difference between needing a moment and choosing to give up. The world doesn't stop moving because you're tired. And your dream, it's not slowing down either. It's out there. Same size, same weight, same distance, waiting for you to rise and meet it. Some people wait until everything feels perfect to start moving. But the ones who make it, they move tired. They move scared. They move unsure because they understand that dreams don't care about your comfort. They care about your courage. Your willingness to keep showing up even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Motivation is loud, flashy, and full of hype. It shows up when the music's right, when the mood is set, when the sun is shining and everything feels good. But motivation is a visitor. It comes and goes as it pleases. You can't count on it. You can't schedule it. It's there one day and gone the next. And if all you've got is motivation, you'll only move when the feeling hits. That's not a strategy. That's a gamble. Discipline is different. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It doesn't wait for the stars to align. Discipline shows up in the dark, in the cold, in the silence. It shows up when you're tired, when you're stressed, when you're sick of everything. Discipline is quiet, steady, and locked in. It's not about hype, it's about habits. The ones you build day after day, choice after choice, until showing up becomes part of who you are. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. Anybody can move when they're inspired. Anybody can hit the gym after watching a hype video. Anybody can grind for a week when the fire is fresh. But what about day 30? What about the mornings when you wake up and feel nothing at all? That's where discipline takes over. That's where success is born. Not in the rush, but in the routine. People chase motivation because it feels good, but chasing motivation is like chasing wind. You'll never hold on to it. Discipline doesn't care about your feelings. Discipline is built through repetition, through consistency, through doing the work when it's boring, when it's hard, when it's the last thing you want to do. And that's what makes it powerful, because when you rely on discipline, you don't need to feel ready. You just act. Discipline creates structure. Structure creates momentum. And momentum creates results. You don't need to be in the mood when you've built the mindset. You don't need to be inspired when you've trained your instincts. Discipline makes the grind automatic. It removes the debate. There's no back and forth in your head. It's just, this is what I do. That's the strength that motivation can't touch. The truth is, success isn't emotional. It's intentional. It doesn't care how pumped up you were on Monday if you quit by Thursday. It doesn't measure your feelings, it measures your follow-through. And follow-through belongs to the discipline, the ones who show up when it's easy and when it's not. The ones who don't wait for motivation to knock because they've already opened the door and gotten to work. Time is the most valuable thing you have, more than money, more than talent, more than opportunity. You can earn money back, you can rebuild skill, you can find another chance, but once time is gone, it's gone. And laziness? Laziness is a thief. It doesn't take time all at once, it takes it in small silent moments. A few minutes here, an hour there, a whole day wasted on nothing. And before you know it, you're looking back, wondering where it all went. Every time you put something off, every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, laziness is cashing in on your future. It robs you slowly, quietly, without alarms. And the worst part, you don't feel it right away. You think you're just relaxing, just taking a break. But those minutes stack up like debt. And one day you wake up and realize you've spent weeks, maybe months, watching your goals sit still while time keeps moving. Laziness doesn't just steal time, it steals growth. It takes the hours you could have spent learning, the mornings you could have spent building, the nights you could have used to get ahead. It trades your potential for temporary comfort. You think you're resting, but really you're losing chances, losing moments that never come back around. Because time doesn't rewind, and it doesn't wait for anyone to feel ready. You don't feel the weight of wasted time until it's heavy, until the deadlines pile up, until the dream feels distant, until someone else passes you by and you realize they weren't better, they were just moving while you were sitting. That's how laziness wins, not by force, but by patience. It waits for you to choose the easy route again and again, until you've handed over everything you were supposed to become. There's nothing wrong with rest. Rest has purpose. But there's a difference between resting and avoiding, between recharging and running away. Laziness wears the mask of later, but later is a trap. Later becomes never, and all those things you said you'd start, they pile up behind you while time pulls you further away from them. And no matter how far you fall behind, time doesn't slow down to let you catch up. You can always start again, but you can't reclaim the time you lost. You don't get refunds on the hours you gave away to procrastination. You don't get do-overs on the opportunities you let slip. Laziness doesn't come with alarms, it comes with comfort. It convinces you there's no rush, no pressure, no harm in waiting. But every second it takes is a second you'll never see again. Every single day you're making a choice, whether you realize it or not. You're either laying bricks toward the life you want, or you're standing still while time passes you by. There's no neutral, no pause button. Life doesn't freeze just because you haven't figured it all out yet. The minutes are moving, the clock is ticking, and you're either moving with it, building something real, or letting the moment slip through your hands. The future isn't something that just shows up one day. It's not waiting for you at the end of some path. It's something you create with your actions, with your focus, with your grind. Every task you finish, every habit you lock in, every sacrifice you make, it's a brick. And those bricks day by day become your foundation. But if you're not building, what are you doing? Watching time move? Waiting for motivation? Hoping for a shortcut? Wasting the present doesn't always look like doing nothing. Wasting the present always look like doing nothing. Sometimes it looks like being busy with the wrong things, scrolling endlessly, saying yes to distractions, giving your energy to people or habits that don't give anything back. You might feel like you're moving, but if it's not aligned with your future, you're not progressing. You're just passing time. And there's a difference between being active and being effective. You don't need to build something massive every day. It's not about perfection, it's about direction. One step forward still counts. One rep, one page, one idea, that's progress, that's construction. But when you let your present slip by with no intention, no effort, no discipline, you're not just wasting today, you're robbing your future of everything it could have been. Because the future can only rise on what you do now. There are people out there working while others are waiting. They're not more talented, they're not luckier, they just chose to start. They chose to build, even when it was slow, even when it was hard. While others sat around waiting for the right time, they used the time they had. That's the difference. It's not about conditions, it's about decisions. And your decision today is either building or breaking what's coming next. You won't feel the weight of wasted time right away. That's what makes it dangerous. It's silent, subtle, but eventually you'll look up and wonder how others pulled ahead. The truth is, they didn't skip steps. They just took theirs when it mattered. And while you were putting off your present, they were preparing for their future. The world keeps moving. Whether you're ready or not, whether you're working or not, whether you're focused or distracted, it moves. It doesn't slow down because you're tired. It doesn't pause because you're not motivated. It doesn't stop spinning because you need a break. Time doesn't ask for permission to pass. Every second, every minute, every hour, it's gone once it's gone. And if you're standing still, the world's not waiting for you to catch up. Opportunities come and go. They show up, and if you're not prepared, they leave. The world doesn't wait for you to be confident. It doesn't wait for you to stop doubting yourself. It moves on. Someone else shows up hungry, ready, willing to act, and they take the spot you were hesitating to step into. That's the reality. While you're thinking about it, someone else is doing it. While you're overthinking, someone else is outworking you. The world rewards action, not intention. It doesn't care about what you meant to do. It doesn't hand out points for plans that never became reality. All that matters is what gets done. The dream in your head doesn't mean a thing if it never touches the ground. And the longer you wait, the further you fall behind. Because every day you spend hesitating is a day someone else spends building, improving, grinding toward the same goals you keep putting off. You don't get to ask life to slow down while you figure it out. The world doesn't adjust to your pace. You adjust to its demands. That means stepping up even when you don't feel ready. That means taking the shot even when your hands are shaking. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in motion. And if you're not moving, you're not growing. If you're not growing, you're falling behind. People think they have more time than they do. They think they can wait until tomorrow, next week, next year. But time doesn't care about your plans. The clock doesn't pause for you to get your mindset right. The moment is now. It's always now. You either grab it or you watch it pass. You either rise to meet the world or you get left behind by it. Because it's not waiting for your confidence, your clarity, or your comfort zone. Excuses don't slow the world down. Doubt doesn't hold it back. Whether you move or not, the world moves. And when you finally decide to take it seriously, you might realize it's already passed you by. Success is not for the lazy, the complacent, or the ones who are okay with staying where they are. It doesn't come to people who are content, sitting in their comfort zone, avoiding discomfort at all costs. Comfort feels good, but it's a trap. It keeps you stagnant, keeps you from pushing your limits, keeps you from reaching higher. Success requires growth, and growth requires you to step into the unknown, to face challenges, to be uncomfortable. If you're not willing to leave your comfort zone, success will always remain just out of reach. The world rewards risk takers, the ones who dare to fail, the ones who are willing to face discomfort head on. Every time you shy away from doing something difficult, every time you choose the easy route, you're choosing to remain stuck. Success is not a byproduct of waiting for the perfect moment. It's born out of the willingness to take action despite the uncertainty. Those who wait for the right time often find that time never comes. The comfortable never grow. They just sit and wish for things to change while the world moves on without them. Success is built on sacrifice. It's built on late nights, early mornings, the moments when you feel like giving up but push through anyway. It's in the effort when no one is watching. The comfortable don't make sacrifices because they're focused on avoiding pain, but without pain there is no gain. It's the discomfort of effort that leads to results. Without the grind, the sweat, the struggle, you can't expect the reward. Success demands that you embrace discomfort and challenge. The uncomfortable moments are where transformation happens. It's when you feel like you can't go any further but choose to keep pushing that you're building the strength that will carry you to success. If you're always comfortable, you're not stretching yourself. You're not evolving. Success requires you to break through barriers, to face fears, to overcome obstacles. The path to success is not a straight line. It's messy, it's filled with setbacks, and it's built in the moments when you choose to keep going even when it hurts. Those who find success are not the ones who take the easiest route. They're the ones who choose the difficult path because they know the reward is greater on the other side. The comfortable will never understand this because they're too focused on avoiding discomfort. But the ones who truly achieve greatness are the ones who face the struggle and embrace it. They understand that the only way to reach a higher level is to be willing to step into the unknown, to work harder than they've ever worked, and to endure the pain that comes with growth. Comfort is a luxury that success does. It's a barrier that keeps you from reaching your full potential. If you want to achieve anything meaningful in life, you have to be willing to get uncomfortable. The discomfort might last for a while, but the rewards are lasting. Success isn't interested in where you've been or how comfortable you've been. It's interested in where you're willing to go and how far you're willing to push to get there. Perfection doesn't come at the beginning. You won't start your journey with everything figured out, and that's okay. In fact, it's expected. Starting is never glamorous. It's clumsy, it's awkward, it's rough around the edges, but waiting for the perfect moment, for everything to line up, is the quickest way to get stuck in place. The truth is, the sooner you start, even if it's not pretty, the sooner you'll get better. You learn by doing, not by waiting for the stars to align. When you start, things won't always make sense. You'll probably stumble, you'll make mistakes, fail, and feel frustrated. And that's all part of it. There's no such thing as smooth sailing at the start. But here's the key. Starting messy means you're moving. And movement, even if it's slow, beats standing still. The more you do, the more clarity you'll gain. The more you practice, the more refined your work will become. It won't be perfect in the beginning, but it will be progress. There's a danger in trying to wait until everything feels right. That's a trap, because right never comes. It's easy to fall into the cycle of procrastination, thinking you'll start once everything falls into place. But the truth is, waiting for the perfect conditions is just fear in disguise. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of looking foolish. But failure is a part of the process, and every messy step you take is a step closer to your goal. You have to be willing to start where you are with what you have and trust that the process will lead you to where you want to go. The beauty of starting now, even if it's slow or imperfect, is that it gives you momentum. You can't gain speed if you're not moving at all. The longer you wait, the more time you waste. You have ideas, dreams, and goals, but none of them will materialize if you don't take that first step, even if it feels uncomfortable. Every slow, messy beginning brings you closer to success. Every small, ugly start is the foundation for something bigger, something better. Sometimes the fear of starting holds us back more than the fear of failing. We imagine that we need to have everything lined up perfectly before we begin, but that's not how it works. Every successful person, every entrepreneur, every creator has started somewhere, and they've all started messy. No one has had a clean, flawless launch, but they've kept going. They built on the mess, refined it, and improved with every effort. And that's the difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck in hesitation. If you wait for the right time, you'll always be waiting. The right time is now. It's never going to look perfect. It's never going to feel perfectly comfortable. But once you start, even in the messiness, even at a crawl, you'll build the momentum to keep going. It's the first step that counts, no matter how ugly, no matter how slow. Just start and trust that the process will lead you to something greater than you ever imagined.